Welcome to the companion video for Chapter 7, where we talk about multiplication and division and the progression that will help students to really connect with the meaning of these operations. We talk about the concrete manipulatives that we can use in pictures, the representations, the pictures that we can draw, and then the symbolic methods for how they can begin to solve multiplication and division problems more quickly and systematically. In this video, I want to focus specifically on that that progression. How do we connect between especially the new methods, where I'm not going to use any manipulatives in this video, but the new representative kind of drawn out box area model methods? How do we move from that to something traditional that most of us as adults are familiar with? So I want to talk about that in terms of multiplication and then also for division. So let's get started here with this multiplication problem. So we'll start with 49 times 57, kind of a straightforward typical looking two-digit multiplication problem, and I want to solve it in the traditional way. So just in case we need a refresher on that, we start with the ones position down here and we say, what is 7 times 9? Well, it's 63. Put the 6 up here. And then we say 7 times 4 and add the 6, so that's 28 plus 6, which is 34. Then we go to the next digit, the left digit here. Before we get started, we always put a 0 here as a placeholder. Then we say 5 times 9 is 45. So I don't get confused, I cross out the 6, I say 45, then multiply 5 times 4 plus 4, so that's 24. Write that down here and add our columns. Starting at the right, 3, 9, 7, 2. So, pretty standard multiplication problem. Nothing too unusual about it. Now what you'll notice that's different between the traditional method and the methods I'm going to show you, the corresponding methods, I should say, the newer ones that we can use in place of the traditional method. The difference is when I am asked, why do we do that step? Why do I put a 0? Why do I carry a number? Why do I add things in? In the traditional method, it's not always easy to answer those questions for a student. And when we can't answer the why question in a simple way, it's hard for them to remember. That's why it's so easy for students to forget the steps involved in multiplication and division problems, because they can seem just overly elaborate or overly abstract to a young student.